Yeah, I think even before we saw Brisbane come into the start of the series, we always knew that these two tournaments were, two great indicators of how the season would go ahead. And it's so imperative to do very well in these first two, these sort of second and third tournaments, and get a good start and get a good foothold on the World Series and position yourself well for an attack for the rest of the year. Definitely more settled now, and we've got a couple of players that are interested in staying with us until the end of the season this year, which is great to see. We've got a sort of an SAA team here in the international invitational side, and it's going to be incredible to see how a couple of those guys that have been in our setup for the last couple of weeks perform this weekend. So in terms of being settled and going forward, it's been a strong 4-week camp. We've got a lot of we've achieved a lot in those last couple of weeks. Yeah, I reckon if you were a gambling man, I wouldn't be gambling on sevens ever, really. Not just Dubai tournament, not any of the tournaments. And it's one of those things that whoever's prepared the best and whoever's ready for the weekend, whoever sort of fronts up very well on the day is going to play the best rugby they can. We've got a pretty experienced squad, and it's not anybody's debut tournament. We've had guys that have sort of come in. Chesn's just come back into the squad, but he wasn't with us too long ago. And we do, guys that can switch and change and have the ability to shift from one game plan to the next. And yes, there is that old cliche of taking it game by game, but for us, it's all about day one. Day one is the most important thing for us. We would like to top our pool, and that begins with Argentina, an incredibly capable team that we've had great games against them in the past, and we've had tough games against them in the past. And it's essentially one of those games that if you can impose your will on the opposition, that it'll be your day, and that's exactly what we plan to do. I think it's about a minute and 45 seconds. Anything more than that is a win. So, yeah, I'd like to definitely play a little bit more than that. But that's all behind me. I've played a fair couple of tournaments since then, and I'm feeling good this year.